going to do is called Fallen Star. So I'll just show you what it is, so that when we come into it in the class, you'll expect it, yeah? So we're going to be coming in from it from three-legged dog, and then our leg is going to come under our body and come out. So we'll go like this, and our leg will come across our body and out, and then we're just going to come up like this, and we call that Fallen Star. So that's going to be our, hi Amanda, I'm just showing you a move that we're going to do today. It's called Fallen Star, and we're going to come into it from three-legged dog, and our leg's going to come under our body and out to the side of the mat, and then we come up like this. Yeah, so that's Fallen Star. So we're just going to start seated down on our mat. We'll just start in the middle, sitting down, and make yourself nice and comfortable, and soften your gaze, and just have your hands resting softly on your knees. Start to breathe in slowly through your nostrils, just observing the temperature of the air as it enters, and as we exhale, noticing the temperature again. And just slowly starting to wind down and arrive in the present moment. We're going to start with a bit of pranayama. So we're going to do the 4-box breath. So we'll inhale for 4, and we'll retain our breath for 4. Then we'll exhale for 4 and retain our breath at the bottom for 4. So we'll just do, I'll keep the count for you. If we breathe in all together, and then exhale all together. And now breathe in for 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. 3, 2, 1, and exhale. And hold. 3, 2, 1, inhale. And hold. And exhale. And hold. Inhale. And hold. 3, 2, 1, and exhale. 3, 2, 1, and hold. 3, 2, 1, and continue a few more rounds. You can even take the count to 6 if you like. And then returning back to your normal breath. Once you're done, no rush to finish. And just observe any difference. And that's the breathing exercise you can do at any time, just to, slow yourself down, or, cut the thoughts in your head. If you just need to center yourself, you can do it at your desk while you're working, and no one needs to know that you're doing it. You can start to gradually slow down the count, or count for longer at 6 or 8, and then as we do that, we're gradually slowing down our body from the fight or flight sympathetic nervous system to the resting parasympathetic. And then just dropping your ear to one shoulder, and then bringing the neck down, your chin into your chest, and then coming over to the other ear. And then just doing some neck rolls just from side to side, rolling the neck. And you can bring your neck up as well, just not putting the head back too much, so we're just looking up to the top of the ceiling. We can do some nice big neck rolls, circling the head. Keeping your eyes nice and soft if you can. And turning the other way, changing the direction. And then return your head back to center, and then inhaling, reaching up. And we'll grab onto our right wrist and come over to the side, feeling nice lengthening in the right side of our body. And then if that's feeling comfortable for you, you can place your hand down and you can reach over just a tiny bit more, but still trying to maintain that opening in the chest and opening your body up to the ceiling. And then inhaling, and then on an exhale, come back up. Reaching up one more time, inhale. And this time grabbing onto your left wrist and coming over to the right side. And feeling a nice stretch in the left side of the body. And then again, placing your hand down, reaching a tiny bit further, opening the chest up. Breathing in nice and slowly into the side body, maintaining the calm and the breath from the beginning. Coming up one more time, and then releasing the air and the hands back down. This time inhaling, bring your hands through the center of your body, reaching up, interlacing your fingers and reaching up, and then placing your hands behind your head and opening up the chest. Looking up to the ceiling, and then on the exhale, rolling your chin down to your chest and letting the weight of your hands stretch the back of the neck slightly without pushing down, just letting gravity do the work and the breath to help relax all the muscles. Coming up one more time and releasing the hands back up, and then right hand forward, left hand back, and we turn into a little twist. Inhale, making our body long and looking over our back shoulder, and every time we inhale, lengthening our body, and on the exhale we can twist a bit further into the pose. And then inhaling, coming back up with our hands to meet. This time our left hand comes forward and our right hand comes back. And we inhale, we make our body long, and we exhale and we twist. And doing these twists are really good for our digestive system, because as we release our body, then all the blood flows back into all of our organs. So we release back to seated. And then bring our hands into a tabletop, coming forward. And sending our hips up and back into downward facing dog. Just find some freedom in the pose here. Get comfortable. Maybe sway your hips from side to side. Just play around with any movements that feel good. Maybe you rock forward and back from plank. So just doing anything that feels good in your body. Even doing some of the rolls that we've been doing. So you just, or you might just want to stay still and dangle your head, and that's okay. So just checking in with how your body's feeling. Now stepping the right foot into the center of the mat and inhaling, lifting up the left leg. And then on the exhale, we bring our left knee to our left elbow. And then inhaling, come back up. And on the exhale, we bring the knee in towards the middle of our hands. Try and kiss your knee. And then inhaling, coming up. And on the exhale, we bring our knee across our body. And then we're going to extend our leg out. And this is where we come into our fallen star. Lifting up our hand. And opening up the body. Opening up the chest. So, and looking up to the ceiling or the stars. And then releasing the hand again. Exhale. And inhale, lifting the leg back up into our three-legged dog. Looking in between our hands, and we'll step our left foot in between both the hands, dropping the back knee, and inhaling, bringing our hands to a knee, and just a few little rocks here, and uncurl the toes at the back. Then once we've found stability, we can inhale, reach our hands up, reaching up, and then on the exhale, clasp our hands behind our back. Peeling open the chest, and we come into our crescent lunge. And looking up to the ceiling if you can, but we can look just in front of us as well for stability. And if you're feeling a bit wobbly, you can just bring your hands back to your thigh, that's okay. Okay, releasing the hands, framing the front foot, and we'll step back to our downward facing dog. And again, pedaling at the knees, the feet, doing any movements that feel good for you in the down dog. Stepping the left foot into the center of the mat, and inhale, lifting up the right leg. And on the exhale, we come to the right side of our elbow, coming out. And then we inhale, we come back up. Coming through to the center. Trying to get our knee to our nose. And then inhaling, coming back up. And coming across our body now to the left side. Pushing up a tiny bit. And then we extend our leg long. And lift up our left hand to the sky. Into our fallen star. That's it. And then just try and look up to the ceiling if we can. Holding this. And then on the inhale, lengthen your hand, and then on the exhale, placing the hand back down. Inhaling, lifting the leg back up to the three-legged dog. And exhale, looking in between your hands and placing the right leg there, dropping the back knee and uncurling the toes. And our hands come towards our thigh. We can just rock gently, finding balance here, opening up the left hip flexor. And you can stay here if you want, or you can inhale, reach your hands up, reaching up, and then on the exhale, releasing your hands, and try and take the uncommon clasp, so your other thumb will be on top. Might feel a bit unnatural. I'm just opening up the chest here. And again, you can look up to the ceiling with a little arch in your back, or you can look straight in front of you. That's somewhere that's not moving to help with your balance. Again, just taking some nice slow breaths. And then releasing the hands either side of your foot, curling the back toes, and lifting the right leg up and placing it back down to our downward facing dog. And then rolling our body forward into a plank position, dropping our knees and rolling our body down. And just bringing our hands wide off our mat. And we'll inhale, just lift up our chest. And then rolling our body back down. And again, lifting our body back up. on the inhale. And exhaling and rolling the spine back down. And one more time. And this time bringing our hands underneath our shoulders, curling the toes, and sending the hips backwards to our child's pose, and then pushing up back to a down facing dog. Stepping the right foot into the center of the mat, and we lift our left leg up again to the three-legged dog. And on the exhale, we come to the outside of our left elbow, holding the position here. Push up, and then inhaling, coming back. And then exhaling, bringing the knee in towards the chest, and pushing up again with the hands, holding for a moment. And then inhaling, coming back up, and across our body to the right elbow, lifting up. And then we extend our leg out, and we come once more into our fallen star. Hoping it was easier and more fluid that time. And then exhaling, releasing the hands. Inhaling, the left leg comes under our body, back up to our three-legged dog, and looking through the hands, we exhale, place the foot there. And then instead of dropping the knee, you can still drop the knee if you want to, but we're coming into a high lunge this time, so just finding balance with your back foot and your front. You can have them on wider trine tracks for a bit more stability. And if you feel like you want to drop your knee today, that's also okay. And finding balance here in your high lunge. Then inhaling, reaching up. And then on the exhale, our hands come behind our back, and we'll open up our chest. And again, tiny bit of an arch in the back if we want to look up to the ceiling, or we can look forward. Just try to focus on our front knee being stacked directly above our ankle, so that it's not wobbling to the either side of the mat. So keeping a nice strong foundation there. And then stepping the back foot in slightly. And straightening the front leg. Inhale, making your body long. And then on the exhale, we'll fold our body over. Keep our hands clasped behind our back. And you might need to do a little bend in the front knee. That's okay, just to protect the knee. And just release everything. Release the hands over your head. Let gravity do the work. And just let your neck dangle. And then slowly coming back up, using the inhale to come back up, and then releasing the hands to the side of your body. We're just going to try and float our back leg up and come into a warrior three. So you can just rock between the two positions. Yeah, and then you might be able to come up and stay in our warrior three. And if you're a little bit wobbly today, that's okay. Just you can practice coming in between the two postures. And then try and have that lifting off your chest when we're in the pose. And imagine your back leg is pushing against the wall. And your hands are nice and straight like aeroplane arms, or they're in at your chest. Or you might want to keep them wide to help with your balance. And then slowly tipping your body forward. And keep the knee bent. And we're going to try and come into a flamingo pose. So keeping that knee bent, we're going to hold onto our back foot. Yeah. So still we're balancing here, and then lifting up our left arm. Yep. That's it. Lifting up our left arm, and then we're going to slowly, you can stay here, lifting up, reaching up for the stars once more, or you can start to tip your body forward a tiny bit and reach in front of you. And we can start to tip. And then, if you're feeling balanced there, you can start to press your foot into your back hand. And that will open your shoulder a tiny bit more. And then we can just come back to this one, if we want, and balance on one leg. And then placing the foot back down. And rolling our spine back down, chin into the chest, rolling, 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 and dangling here. Just swaying our hands from left to right. And then placing our hands flat on the mat, and we're just going to walk our feet back into our downward facing dog. Walky walk. And again, just letting the head dangle here. Stepping the left foot into the middle of the mat, and inhaling, we lift up the right leg. And then on the exhale, we bring our bend the knee and come to the outside of our right elbow. And then hold and push through the hands. And then inhale, we come back up. And then come through to center, pushing away. Inhaling, coming back up once more. And then across our body. And hold it here for a moment, push up between your hands. And then extend your leg long. And lift the left hand up to the ceiling. Oh, falling stars are looking very good from what I can see. And then exhaling, releasing the hand. And inhaling, left leg comes back up to three-legged dog. And then we'll push our leg through, look in between our hands and place it there. Finding balance between our front and back leg. Maybe you wiggle the back leg over a tiny bit to have a bit more stability, and then we'll inhale, coming up into our high lunge. And then exhaling, releasing our hands behind our back. Try and take the uncommon interlace. Inhaling, opening up the chest. And your gaze or your drishti can be up to the ceiling or in front of you. You can just notice where your knee is it stacked over your front ankle. And then coming on, bring the weight into the front leg and just stepping the back leg in slightly. Both feet are flat on the mat now, and the front leg is straightened, just with a slight bend of the knee. Inhaling, opening up the chest once more, and then exhaling and releasing the hands and folding forward over the front leg. It's 13. Your shoulders open, your hands and your head dangle over your body. And then inhaling, coming back up, releasing the hands long by your side, and then we'll start to bring the weight into the front leg and see if we can lift the back leg up, and then we can place it back down if you want. Just playing around with coming in and out of our warrior. Then we might stay, just keeping the hands nice and long, keeping the chest looking forward and up. So we've got that upwards motion, pushing against the back wall. And if you're feeling a bit wobbly, it's okay, come back out, go back in. Oh, and then tipping our body back up, keeping the left leg off the ground and bending the knee. And then grabbing the foot with your hand. And then just trying to find balance here first. So just standing, holding one of our legs bent. And then the right hand can come to the ceiling. And you might find a bit more wobbly on one side. And just reach up. So you're lengthening the spine, reaching up to the ceiling as we hold our back leg. Then we might tip our body forward into our dancing pose. And you can always just come back to the first one. And then if we're tipping forward, just make sure we're trying to tip up and reach forward and up. And you can push your back leg into your backhand, and that will open up your shoulder a bit more. We can always just stay here in this one. Standing nice and tall. And then releasing the foot and the hands. And we'll finish in a standing position. We'll just roll our body down. Once more, rolling, rolling. Everything down. And just let everything dangle here. Shaking the head. Maybe clasping each elbow with your hands, or you can clasp your hands behind your calves. Just dangle here. Do any movements that feel good for you. And then slowly rolling our body back up, each vertebrae at a time. Nice and slowly. Shoulders, neck and head coming last. And standing nice and tall. Softening our gaze. And coming back into our breath. See if we can notice the belly expand and the rib cage expand on the inhale. And the rib cage deflate and the belly soften on the exhale. Just take 2 more centering breaths. So we can take this peace into the rest of our day. And then bringing our hands into our chest. And thinking about something that we're grateful for today in this moment. And then just remembering to come back to our breath at other points throughout the day to find a sense of peace and calm, and to have a pause in the middle of the day. Namaste.